Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. So we have 6 big changes coming to Social Security next year in 2025. We're going to be going over what those are. Plus, Jack Smith is asking for a gag order on Donald Trump after Trump claims that the FBI agents had the authorization to take him out with deadly force in the raid in his home at Mar-a-Lago. So we will be covering that as well. But before we go ahead and dive into the main content of today's video, if you wouldn't mind helping me out real quickly by just giving this video a like, that just helps out with the good old YouTube algorithm, and also consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. Plus, if you would like to receive up to $200 in free stock or $200 in free cash, in a pinned comment below, I will be leaving a link to Robinhood. All you have to do is once you click on that link is just sign up for a free account and then simply link your bank account. At that point, Robinhood will be sending you one free stock worth all the way up to $200. And if you'd rather just have the cash, all you have to do is once you receive the free stock is just sell it for what it's worth and then transfer the cash value right back to your bank account. Okay, so diving right into our lead story of today's video. So earlier this week, I believe it was on Wednesday, Trump sent out an email to everyone on his list saying that the Biden team, the FBI, was locked and loaded and ready to take him out in the Mar-a-Lago raid. That's because in the documents that were just discovered, it shows that they were authorized to use deadly force when needed. So Trump, of course, is using that to sort of his political advantage. And because of that, Jack Smith, the one who is leading this case against him, is now wanting to implement a gag order on Trump, just like what he has in his New York hush money case. So according to The Hill, Jack Smith seeks gag order in classified docs case after Trump locked and loaded claim. So special counsel Jack Smith, in a Friday filing, called on the judge overseeing former President Trump's classified documents case to block Trump from speaking about the case in a way that could endanger law enforcement officials. In his request, Smith asked the court to impose a condition that would bar Trump from making public statements that could, quote, pose a significant, imminent, and foreseeable danger to the law enforcement agents participating in the investigation and prosecution of this case. The move comes after the former president, quote, falsely claimed in an email Wednesday that President Biden was, quote, locked and loaded and ready to take me out, twisting language from the terms approved for law enforcement as they prepare to search his Mar-a-Lago residence for classified records in 2022. In reality, the language only allows for deadly force, quote, when necessary, such as when someone poses an imminent danger of death or serious physical injury to the officer or to another person. So, obviously, Trump is not very happy about that. He already has a gag order in his case in New York. Now Jack Smith wants to impose a gag order on him in this case as well. And he's going to use this sort of to his political advantage, saying that they're trying to endanger his freedom of speech and things like that. Now, I actually heard a pretty interesting idea from someone. They said that basically we should be looking back at the last, let's say, 50 to 100 FBI raids and see if in those raids, in those documents as well, if those agents were also, used, if the documents showed that there were sort of language in there, if the agents in those cases also had the authorization to use, like, quote, deadly force. And if they were, then more than likely that's sort of the standard. But if there was no language in there about the use of deadly force, then in that case, Trump would have a pretty good claim that maybe they were trying to assassinate him or something like that. Interesting argument there. It would be interesting to look back at the documents and see if they used similar language in those cases. But moving on to our main story of today's video, next year in 2025, there are going to be 6 changes at least to Social Security, maybe even more. We're going to be covering that in today's article by The Motley Fool. They say 6 Social Security changes you can expect in 2025. So we're going to jump into the first change we can expect. That change is that Social Security's cost of living adjustment should modestly increase benefits. So for the last 3 years, COLAs have come in ahead of the 2-decade average of 2.6%. In 2022, 2023, and 2024, beneficiaries enjoyed respective increases to their Social Security checks of 5.9%, 8.7%, and 3.2%. In 2025, this increase might be a bit more modest than in recent years. So following the release of the April inflation report, nonpartisan senior advocacy group, the Senior Citizens League, ever so slightly adjusted its long-term COLA forecast for 2025 from 2.6% up to 2.66%. Since cost of living adjustments are rounded to the nearest tenth of a percent, a 2.7% COLA for the upcoming year would come in just a hair above the two-decade average. What would a 2.7% COLA actually mean for beneficiaries? Keeping in mind that we haven't even reached the months that matter for the COLA calculation, an estimated 2.7% cost of living adjustment in 2025 would increase the average retired worker's check by close to $52 per month. Meanwhile, workers with disabilities and survivor beneficiaries would see their monthly payments increase by an estimated $42 and $41 respectively. So that's the first change we're looking to see in 2025 is a slight increase in benefits, thanks in part to the cost of living adjustment. We will know that number for sure in the middle of October. Now, the second change that we should be seeing taking place next year in 2025 is that high earners will almost certainly owe more in payroll tax. So in 2024, all earned income, wages and salary, but not investment income between 1 penny and $168,600 is subject to Social Security's 12.4% payroll tax. This tax generates more than 90% of the revenue the program collects and disperses to eligible beneficiaries. Any wages and salary earned above $168,600 are exempt from the payroll tax. This more than likely is going to be boosted up to, let's say, like $172,000, give or take, where you'd have to pay taxes on your income. Now, the third change we're looking to see in 2025 is that Social Security's maximum monthly benefit is likely to increase once again. So in 2024, the max monthly payout for a worker retiring at the full retirement age is $3,822, which represents a $195 jump from where it stood in 2023. While the increase in 2025 is likely to be modest, it should nevertheless be higher than $3,822, more than likely right around $3,900. Now, the fourth change that we're looking to see take place next year in 2025 is that disability income threshold should climb. So in 2024, non-blind disabled workers are able to earn up to $1,550 per month without having their benefits stopped, which is $80 per month more than in 2023. Meanwhile, blind disabled workers can bring in $2,590 per month without benefits ceasing, $130 per month more than in 2023. With inflation moderating a bit from the prior year, the Social Security disability income threshold for non-blind beneficiaries might top $1,600 per month in 2025, while the threshold for blind beneficiaries may near $2,700 per month. Then the fifth change that we can expect to take place next year in 2025 is that early filer withholding thresholds are also expected to rise. So retired worker beneficiaries who won't reach their full retirement age this year in 2024 can have $1 in benefits withheld for every $2 in earned income above $22,320, which works out to $1,860 per month. Meanwhile, retired worker beneficiaries who will reach their full retirement age during the current year can have $1 in benefits withheld by the SSA for every $3 in earned income above $59,520 or $4,960 per month. Then, of course, the final change, the sixth change that we can expect to take place next year in 2025 is that qualifying for Social Security benefits will likely be incrementally tougher. So they say here that even though it will be tougher, that you may have to earn a little bit more income to earn your credits. They say the good news is that the bar is set pretty low to earn these credits. So this year in 2024, for example, one work credit equated to $1,730 in earned income. Thus, if you generated $6,920 in wages and salary this year, $1,730 times 4, you'll have earned the max 4 lifetime credits for 2024. Expect this income threshold to qualify for benefits to rise modestly in the upcoming year. So we should also see an increase in that as well. But those are the 6 changes at least. We may see even more changes as we see more bills and laws and stuff passed through Congress. We'll have to wait and see on that. But those are these 6 changes we should see for sure next year in 2025. Leave your thoughts and comments below about those changes. What do you think about them? But that's all we have for today's video. I certainly hope you enjoyed and found value out of it. If you did, again, I would greatly appreciate it if you could give this video a like. Consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you in the next video.